Hey, Peyton with Shoshone Adventure Consulting, and we are live once again at Dallas Safari Club 2026. We're having a great time. We're seeing so many clients, like one of our lifetime members, Josh Kirkland. Josh has booked so many hunts with us. And one of the highlights of his year last year was hunting with Richie Schultz of Richie Schultz Safaris on a dream leopard hunt. And we wanted to talk about that and the highs and the lows and what it's like to hunt leopard in Zimbabwe. Josh, the floor is yours, man. Tell us all about it.
Well, so me and my buddy Josh Youngner went and hunted with Richie and just had a great time. It's pretty interesting doing the leopard hunting, from tracking the animals, the way the trackers track the animals, to baiting all the bait stations that you have to bait every day, all day, and even the wonderful smell of the gut bucket in the back of the truck.
It is. It's a pretty unique hunt. It's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and it's a daily thing that you have to do until you get your cat down. It's a lot of repetitive stuff, but you know the reward, as you know, is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. The way these guys keep up with the data from basically when the leopard's born, 6 months old, a year old, up until they're of age to harvest. The way they identify them, with the unique markings, kind of like a fingerprint behind the shoulder, right shoulder of a cat. And then when they think they've got the right cat, they've got to send that picture in to the office and have the office give them approval to harvest that cat, to verify that they know that it is that cat, that it is that right age, so that you're taking a cat that is of age and proper size. It's pretty unique. I mean, it's really phenomenal. It's a phenomenal hunt. It's very rewarding there when you are able to harvest the cat.
Richie and Josh, both of you guys, how many baits are you running at a time, and what's a typical day like on a leopard hunt? You get up in the morning, you get some breakfast, and then...
So normally your first part of your hunt, you're basically concentrating on getting your baits up, and it can take a lot of time, because when you put a bait up, you want it to be perfect. So when that cat does come in, he's comfortable, it's in the right place, he thinks it's his own kill.
Yeah, even from hanging it on the right side of the tree.
So right side of the tree.
Access it too easy.
So your first couple of days is getting bait down, getting it hung up. From there, it's a daily routine of getting up, having some breakfast, coffee, and getting out and checking all of those baits before. I prefer to get it done before lunchtime.
Yeah.
Because if you do have an active bait now, you want to make sure that you've got your blind set up and everything situated before 3 p.m. in the afternoon, so that you can hit the evening sit. So you will do that every single day until your cat is down. And if you think, oh, it's a little bit late, I'm not going to check this bait, you know that tomorrow morning when you come there, you're probably going to have a cat there. So it is a monotonous thing that you have to do, and sometimes that driving around checking the baits, it can get a bit tiring, but like I say, once you get that cat and bait and you get it on the ground, it's all worth all the work, all the smell of the gut bucket, everything that goes into it.
It's absolutely a grind every day, from basically daylight on, to check baits, to check pictures, to freshen baits, to, in the meanwhile, try to hunt something in between, that you've come across another animal, be it, a Cape buffalo or a kudu or giraffe or whatever. And then the cool part, of this whole thing was I was able to get a really big cat, and it was phenomenal. And I've done a lot of hunting all over the world, and by far, I think leopard has been my number one prize. But
yeah, I was going to ask you, Josh, when that leopard's in the tree, you get the scope up there on it, and you've been behind the scope and a trigger on a lot of critters. What's going through your mind? He's in the tree. What are you thinking about? What are you aim small, miss small?
Well, yeah.
How do you control that?
You want to aim small, miss small, but at the same time, you're like, is that the right cat? So they've got different lights and stuff they've got to turn on to try to identify and confirm, even though you assume it's the same cat that was just in the tree last night, you don't know whether it's the same cat that's in the tree last night or not. Mm-hmm. So you've got to look for those same identity marks.
Yeah.
And, those minutes seem like hours.
Probably 8 years in a row now, we have done our own personal research of these cats, like Josh was saying. So when we get a cat on bait, we can confirm which cat it is from a specific area, how old it is, the age that we think it's at, and we are only trying to harvest cats that are 5 years and older. And
I'd always heard that for lions. I had no idea that people were doing that for leopards.
So it's not necessarily a rule or a law right now in Zimbabwe, and I hope it doesn't get to that.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of operators in Zimbabwe are trying to show that if you look after your area and you shoot the right cats every year, you're going to have continuous success
and growth
every
of
single
large
year.
cats, right.
And that's what we're seeing in Unetsi. That's what we're seeing in our two areas, and it's showing itself. The work is now showing itself.
Yeah, so I had asked around to several of my buddies, hey, look, I want to go on a leopard hunt. Where do I need to go? And they said, you need to go to Unetsi with Richie. And I was like, 2 or 3 guys told me the exact same thing, and I said, well, looks like I need to go to Unetsi with Richie.
Yeah,
so.
and it worked out.
It worked out great.
You shot your leopard. It stayed in the tree. It died in the tree.
Yeah, so
how happy were the trackers and skinners when they showed up and they saw that? They didn't have to. Yeah.
They were tickled to death. I mean, it was up on the limb, and it fell to a big vine below that, and didn't go anywhere. No nothing. No tracking. I mean, it was obviously laying right there.
Awesome.
I mean, I took a picture with him in the tree.
I saw that.
Still hanging in the tree. So, Tom was my guide. Richie was tied up, guiding my buddy Josh Younger, and so Tom, said, like, listen, the last thing you really want to do is go track a wounded leopard.
Yeah.
How many stitches did you say it was per second?
100 stitches per second.
Yeah. So if that cat gets on you, you got a problem pretty quick.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Richard, is there, other than Josh, who's one of many clients that you've taken out for leopard, is there another like leopard story that sticks out, or like a fun story that sticks out that you like to tell other people, or just something fun?
I particularly about leopard hunting, it's like we had said, it's a hunt that I love doing every single year. There's no leopard hunt that I don't enjoy. One thing I will say is when I first started hunting and you shoot a cat and now you got to go and follow it, like you're saying,
right.
And you're now the front of the line. It's a feeling you actually can't really explain in words, but most of the guys have put their work and their effort in shooting, and so I mean, obviously the only thing that you really have to be careful of is the excitement, calm yourself down and everything. But as far as like a story, I actually remember following up a cat years ago, and the cat, it was a great shot. The cat ran off and it was down, and we were following up, and there was a little bit of grass, not a lot of cover where it had ran, and there was one eye showing, and for the life of me, I could, in the flashlight reflecting back, and for the life of me, I could not figure this out until eventually it was laying sideways, obviously down and dead, but you couldn't see one eye. It was blinked, but for what felt like hours.
You probably thought the cat was fixing to come at you, didn't you?
That's what we thought. So we stayed back and we were watching and trying to figure it out, and eventually we went up. But no, it's a hunt I love doing. I'll never get tired of doing cat hunting. It's a chess game. It's a slow, patient game, but the reward is just. It's a phenomenal trophy.
And how big is that Unetsi Conservancy?
So the area is 400,000 acres. It's private land, and we all, the guys obviously run it. They run it a very tight ship. The leopard quotas, we have been very strict over the years, and every year we manage.
And that's why you grow big cats.
Yeah. We are lucky where we are to have an amazing genetic of cat. They are cats. They are really, really big cats.
Yeah.
So we're blessed to be in that area and have great cat hunting. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank both you guys for taking a few minutes to sit down. The show's winding down. Josh, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Mr. Richie.
If you're ready for that next dream hunt, Richie Schultz Safari is right here, but we can hook you up with a client like Josh to tell you all about it. Check us out, www.shoshoneadventures.com. We'll get you there.